Okay, so we are doing the LCM, least common multiple, and we are going to use a method called the upside down birthday cake. Okay, so what you do is you start with the two numbers they give you. Okay, and we are trying to find the smallest multiple between these two numbers. Alright, and you could do it where you list out all the multiples and find the one that matches up that's the smallest, but I think this upside down birthday cake is a little bit quicker and easier. So if we start with 12 and 36, the two numbers they gave us, we need to figure out what's the number that goes into both of these numbers. Alright, 12 and 36. The first thing that comes to mind for me is 6. I could have picked 2, I could have picked 4, I could have picked 3. There's lots of things I could have picked. It's just, the first one that came to mind for me was 6. So if I do 12 divided by 6, I get 2. If I do 36 divided by 6, I get 6. So now I'm at my next layer of my cake. You can ignore this one for right now. What goes into 2 and it also goes into 6? Well, the only thing that works is 2. Okay? 2 divided by 2 would be 1. 6 divided by 2 would be 3. What's the only number that 1 and 3 share? That would be 1. Now once you get a 1 on the outside, you know that you're done. You cannot break it down any further, so you know that you're finished. So now, to find the least common multiple of these two numbers, all you have to do, take these numbers on the outside and the numbers at the bottom, and you just multiply them. And you can kind of see that it forms an L, so that way it kind of helps you remember, okay, it's LCM, I need to form my L, so I do the side and the bottom. Another thing you need to remember is that you're multiplying them, you're not adding them. That's a common mistake. So if I list them out, I'm just listing them out in the order that I see them. All you gotta do is multiply them. So 6 times 2 is 12. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 1 is 12. 12 times 3 is 36. So I know that my LCM of 12 and 36 is 36. Okay, let's look at another one. 6 and 10. Okay, what is the number that goes into 6 and it also goes into 10? Well, the only factor I can think of is 2. 6 divided by 2 gives me 3. 10 divided by 2 gives me 5. Okay, so now you ask yourself, what is a factor that 3 and 5 share? Well, the only factor they share is 1. Once I see that 1, I know I'm done. So remember, you multiply the side and the bottom, form your L. Okay, and then you multiply. So 2 times 1 times 3 times 5. Okay, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30. All right. It's important that you take the time to actually work this out, because I have a feeling that if a lot of students had seen this right here, they would have jumped to the conclusion that the least common multiple was 60. But if you take the time to work it out, you'll clearly see that it's actually 30. Okay, let's keep going. 20 and 30. Okay, so let's set up my birthday cake. Alright, so what is the number that goes into 20 and it also goes into 30? We've got multiple options. I want you to do whatever you're the most comfortable with. So if you like working with smaller numbers, then maybe you should pick 2 or 5. If you're a little more comfortable, you can pick 10. But it doesn't matter, any of them are going to give you the same answer. So let's just do 5. Okay, so 20 divided by 5. So in other words, what times 5 gives you 20? That would be 4. What times 5 gives you 30? That would be 6. Okay, what goes into 4 and 6? Well, the only thing that goes into both of them is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. What goes into both of those? That would be 1. So remember, you're doing least common multiple, so you need to do the side and the bottom. And I'm going to multiply them. So 5, 2, 1, 2, 3. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 1 is 10. 10 times 2 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60. Okay, we got time for one more. So 4 and 48. Okay, what is the number that goes into 4 and it also goes into 48? Well, the first thing I think of is 4. You could have picked 2, that would have been fine. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. 48 divided by 4 is 12. Draw my bar. What goes into 1 and 12? Well, the only thing that goes into 1 and 12 is 1. So now I take my numbers on the side and the bottom and I multiply them. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 12 is 48. I do want to show you that you could have started with a different number. So if I do 4 and 48, like I said, some people might have wanted to do 2. Okay, so 4 divided by 2 is 2. Okay, 48 divided by 2 is 24. What goes into 2 and 24? Well, the only thing that works is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 24 divided by 2 is 12. What goes into 1 and it also goes into 12? Well, the only thing that works is 1. So now I know I'm done. I got that 1 on the outside. Now I multiply my bottom and my side. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 12 is 48. So either way you do it, you'll get the same answer. The bigger the number you start with out here, the less layers of your cake you have, so less steps you have. But once again, you need to do what's most comfortable for you. So if you like working with those smaller numbers, then you need to start with a smaller number on the outside.